Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Monday, June 18th, and this is the market overview. Looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, TNA, UUP, FXE, GLD, SLV, GEX, LF, and this happens every night. Alright, going right along to the charts. Starting off with the Dow. And look at that. It's not doing bad. It's not doing bad at all. Down just over 25 points. It's still above the long-term moving average bar. We have no downtick in the short-term moving averages. We do have a small hanging man. Could that mean something? Yeah, sure it could, but it's not like it's above Friday's close and top of a range, like really obviously. So we don't have anything really to worry about in the heat map. A little bit of green, but nothing even major. It's very minor. 14-day RSI moving average still moving up. Stochastic still moving up. The CCI and the RSI ticked down today. Histogram is still moving up, along with the MACD. Overall, not a bad chart at all in the daily time frame. 60-minute time frame. It was a very lackluster day. I mean, just hanging on out right here. Didn't really go anywhere. And, but 60-minute time frame doesn't look as nice. For one, we have a possible warning area in the heat map. Not spectacular, but possible for minor pullback, possibly. 14-day RSI moving average seems to be leveling out. Stochastics on the way down, CCI on the way down, RSI on the way down, going for a bearish cross on the MACD and down on the MACD histogram. 60-minute time frame, yeah, it looks like it could want a small pullback of some degree. I don't exactly trust that, since it's all news dominated at the moment. I do find it interesting that they got everything they wanted election-wise over the weekend, and this was supposed to be the huge run, afterwards, and nothing happens. They're already talking about further problems. Anyways. Beyond that, let's say that we do need a pullback. Let's say that it even needs to go back for a bar retest in 60-minute time frame, which is entirely natural. I mean, you can even see that on this ascent the whole time. It comes down, tags it, bounces off, tags it, bounces off. If it needs to come in for another tag, I mean, that's only it's less than 100 points down from its current position. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. The daily is pretty, and that's the most important thing. SPX, unlike the Dow, this one was actually up today. It did have a little hanging man in a better position for possible reversal, but indicator-wise, it does not agree. 14-day moving on up, along with the stochastics, sideways on the CCI, down on the RSI, up on the histogram, up on the MACD. Little bit of green in the heat map, but nothing major. Nothing like huge topping area or just not a big deal at the moment. Although, just to be completely fair, it's just barely getting through the long-term moving average bar. It is closing above it for second day in a row, but if it were to clear it and have the entire candle outside of it, that would be better, but it's just nitpicking. 60-minute time frame. Does this one look not great like the Dow? Well, possibly a toppy area. We can see, just like the Dow, everything trying to roll over. Not so much development on the MACD histogram or the 14-day RSI moving average. So yeah, this one is more resilient, but if it needs a little bit of a pullback, that's okay. I mean, that'll only take it most likely to 1335. yeah, that would feel 10 points down would feel incredibly bad on the day that it happens, but in the overall scheme of things, is that a big deal? No, not really. The VIX, wow. The averages did not have the hallelujah moment that was promised, but my oh my, the VIX sure felt it. So down more than 13%, down into the 18s. What a smackdown, and truly impressive. We do have a dark indication on the heat map indicating that yeah, this is probably getting pretty darn overdone where it is. Get a little bounce up off of the VIX, be negative for the overall market. Overall market in 60-minute time frame looks like it wants to pull back a little bit anyway. So does this line up well? Yeah, I think it does. Closed outside the lower Bollinger Band by a little bit. Needs to go sideways or up, get back inside of it. Making a new recent low today. And looks like maybe even coming in for a little bit of a gap fill. We have a gap right here going down to, where did this close at? 1756. Yeah, only 80 cents away. It could be done up really easy. And it's the only gap that we have down here. So maybe that is important. Beyond that, everything moving down. No need to really go over that in depth since it's just all down. 60-minute time frame. How overdone is overdone? Well, $60-minute, you can see head and shoulders pattern here. If this were to play out, it would have it would need to go to like 12. So do I trust this? Only if they're going to start printing like crazy. So I guess if they start printing like crazy, 12 would be the possible target. But beyond that, no uptick in the 60-minute time frame. Everything ticking down with the exception of the CCI. Some people taking some buys down here. Probably a good move. But does it have further to go? Well, 14 days still moving down. But CCI turning. RSI still down, histogram slanting up, MACD still down. Yeah, there should be a at least temporary bottom somewhere in this vicinity, maybe a little more down, but yeah, a little more down, fill that gap, that'd be pretty. TNA, I was watching this one today, didn't make any moves on it since there's too much news in between now and Wednesday. But yeah, going up, almost kissing the 200-day moving average, backing away slightly. I still do not like the positioning or the price on TNA. It should be much higher. It should lead. The Dow and SPX are totally kicking its butt. And you can notice also it closed right at the first long-term moving average. So it is hitting that resistance. At least it's doing it properly and marching into it, but still putting up a good fight on that end. No indication on the heat maps, and everything ticking up with the exception of the RSI, which got a downtick today. $60-minute time frame. We can see how far this sucker has to go just to breach its current ceiling. Way up here, just shy of 51. Yeah, it's only $2, but still. Fairly decent move today. Beyond that, is this a possible toppy area? It kind of looks like it is. CCI, stochastics, RSI, histogram, all ticking down. MACD going sideways, 14-day RSI moving average getting close to an apex. And yeah, we still have inverse head and shoulders possibility, but a ways to go before we break out, and I just don't like its positioning. UUP, the star of the show, the belle of the ball, and what is she doing? Well, she's bouncing off the long-term moving averages, Not an impressive candle by any stretch of the imagination. We do have an uptick today, though. And the uptick gives us a target right about 2268, maybe 2269. A little bit up from here. That would be fine. 14-day RSI moving average still moving down. Stochastics holding low. CCI up, RSI up. Histogram slightly up. MACD still down. And 60-minute time frame. Anything special? Yeah, we hit a new recent low today. We're still falling shy of the 22.4 target that will probably be taken out. You can see that we're getting back to the long-term moving average bar and running into resistance, which is exactly what's supposed to happen. Nothing in the heat map 60-minute time frame at this time. 14-day RSI moving average moving up. Stochastics already looping. CCI up, RSI up, histogram up, MACD up. Looks like it needs a little bit more, but I wouldn't put too much faith in its ability to go crazy at this moment. Just a feeling. And I also think that going up a little bit is pretty darn bearish, since then you will have a new lower high pivot point, and then it's free to go down and make a new pivot low. So FXE, the euro, this one should, according to the news, be strong, and it wasn't. Getting a downtick today, resolved intraday. I mean, the short-term moving averages are so bunched. It's obvious going up and kissing, or getting close to the long-term moving average bar, falling away from it. Natural. No indication of a short-term bottom or top at this time in the heat map. 14-day RSI moving average moving on up. Stochastics holding high. Down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the histogram, and up on the MACD. I would expect that it probably will retest the bar again, at the very least, because we have a new recent high. But beyond that, the question will be, can it exceed it? We just don't know at this time. It looks like it has a decent shot of it, but it also looks like we need a short-term reset on the indicators in the daily. I don't think that these are going to go all the way to the bottom, just a feeling, but we shall see. 60-minute time frame. Yeah, we can see that that gap down. More problems, Euroland. And this looks like a stair-stepping formation to me, in that it gapped down, it was flat. That would seem to indicate to me that another step down would be in order. 14-day RSI moving average agrees with that, but we have the stochastics looping over, the CCI looping over, the RSI down, the histogram essentially flat, and the MACD pointing down. So yeah, I would say that that's more likely than not, but the news. GLD. Even with fear decreasing, supposedly, according to the VIX, and the dollar increasing, according to UUP, gold was up today. Hanging man. But that flies in the face of both fear and the dollar. Doesn't really jive with me. Something is lying. And beyond that, the 14-day RSI moving average, stochastics holding high, CCI down, RSI up, histogram down, MACD up. Very, very mixed, and a lot of weird signals. I don't agree with its movement today, but it is what it is. And personally, I would expect a move down in the not too distant future. Not a huge down, but a down of some degree, because these are sloping down. And but anyways, SLV. Yeah, this is actually much better than gold today. Fat body spinning top, not the greatest. 14-day RSI moving average heading up. Stochastics mixed. Down on the CCI, up on the RSI, down on the histogram, and up on the MACD. Very mixed. Just like gold, not the best candle, but it did close above the major price consensus level today. Too weird for me at this point. CompQ, the NASDAQ, did very well. It finally it got its new recent high today, which is bullish. TNA has not followed suit. We're going to see why here in a moment. No real indication of a problem in the heat map at the moment. CCI very high, stochastics moving up, 14-day RSI moving average moving up, RSI down, histogram up, MACD up. Very nice chart, and very nice chart. And Apple, excellent day for Apple. Up almost just over 2%. No cause for concern in the heat map. Moving up on the 14-day RSI moving average, moving up on the stochastics, the CCI, the RSI, the histogram, and the MACD. This is a pretty chart. Very nice. And I would assume is a major contributor to the NASDAQ's performance today. XLF, financials, not impressive, getting pushed back slightly from the bearish long-term moving average bar, and everything moving up with the exception of the RSI ticking down and the CCI going sideways. Not a bad looking chart, just having a rough go where it is. That's to be expected. It did make a new recent high today. Did not hold it, but making a new high is good enough. Very nice. And how about a consumer stock? Starbucks. Wow. Very nice. Up just over 3%. Very nice move. And everything ticking up, looking to complete a bullish cross. Very nice looking chart. Excellent. What else? Oh, duh. XOI. Very interesting. This at least accounts for some of the Dow's problems. It's red day on oil. Red day for the Dow. That makes sense. Getting pushed back slightly from the long-term moving average bar. It's okay. We have a new recent high on Friday. Nothing really to worry in the heat maps. Up on the stochastics, up on the 14-day RSI moving average, down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down. Is that down? Very slightly down on the MACD histogram and up on the MACD. Pretty darn mixed. Definitely overall bullish, I would say, simply because of the stochastics and the 14-day RSI moving average. What else? Wow, we're just blowing through it today, huh? And GE came to a potential double. Nope, it did exceed it. Oh, got a downtick on GE today. I didn't see that earlier. Okay, so new recent high on Friday for GE. Got a downtick today. Not much of a down move, 25 cents. But we do have a downtick. Downtick gives us target right about 19.3. Yeah, that would be bubble corrective move. Would be decently down in overall market. But yeah, it does agree with the stochastics. Look like they want to loop. CCI trying to turn down, RSI turning down, histogram turning down. 14-day RSI moving average still moving on up, along with the MACD itself. So maybe a little bit of a reset here would make sense. Seems to jive well with the indicators and certainly with a slight downtick. How about, yeah, the big bank, JP Morgan. Yeah, this one's having problems too with the long-term moving average bar. Man, lots of things are. Inverse hammer. Very slight downtick. Downtick gives it a target of 34. And CCI rolling over. Stochastics holding high. 14-day RSI moving average moving on up. Down on the RSI. Slightly up on the MACD histogram and up on the MACD. Yeah, having a pause here. I'm not worried about that. Making a new recent high, by the way, too. So that is bullish. I guess that's about it. I'm just waiting to ride out this news cycle since it is intense. And but for anyone who's playing, good luck, and I hope it goes your way and you make lots and lots of money. And that's about it. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.